can do with this impact. I have a feeling that this one over here is broke too. So, in total, we have three bolts broke out of 6. So, half of them are broke. It was starting to get loud, to say the least. Bolts on the exhaust actually have not been on there that long. A couple years or a few years, which here in the Great Northeast can be pretty bad, but I'll give it a try. I love this WD-40 by itself is, I don't know whether it's any good or not anymore or not. It used to be great, but I do love this hose. It's the best thing that any of them came out with. And now we'll go down underneath. And see what we come up with. Underneath. See if we can get these exhaust manifold bolts out. Heat them up. There are certain advantages of having a hot wrench. We sprayed it with WD-40, which is highly flammable. That part is that you evaporate fairly quickly. Alrighty, now that is that. Now our biggest problem that we have at this point, and this is one of the things that I don't understand with engineering. Here we go, we got a dipstick tube right down through the center. We had to take out. And we'll replace that, because it's pretty rusted. So, here we have an exhaust manifold off, and see, that bolt broke off flush with the head. This one at least has a little bit of a nub, and that one in the front is broke off clean. Taken. Alright, so see if I can get a picture of this. I've got a good old lead light that never cooperates. Like I say, this one is broke off, but it's broke off outside. This one is broke off flush inside. And this one over here on this side is broke off flush inside. So it's an interesting case. And we'll clean up everything and we will see what we see. I'm going to put the spark plugs back in at this point to keep stuff out of the cylinders, and at least out of the ones that we're going to be working on the most, and we'll go from there, and we'll show you how we do this. Alright, what we're going to do now is we take this nut and we weld it to the stud that's in the head. show you how we do that. Doesn't matter what size nut it is, as long as it goes over the stud, obviously. And that's how we get the studs out. Let's see here. Obviously that was one of the easier ones, or seemed to be one of the easier ones. Like I say, it doesn't really matter how they get welded, you know, just stick the nut in there, weld it as best you can. It's an aluminum head, and it's water jacketed, so you're not going to do anything to the head. That's the thing. I've never done anything to the head. So this is the best way that I know of to get them out. I've seen people drill, and I've seen do, you know, all kinds of things, and the problem with drilling is that you can, if you go off center, you're going to go into a water jacket. You're going to ruin the head, you know, and possibly need to go oversized. And these heads are thin nowadays. So this is basically how we do it. And you know, this is one of the easier sides because we don't have a steering box. Normally you'd have, you know, on the right hand or the left hand side, you'd have that steering box and the arm and all kinds of things in the way. So this isn't, you know, as things go, this isn't a horrible way to do it. Okay, well, we got the bolts out, the broken bolts. There was 3 of them, as we was talking about before. And I think I showed you here someplace. There we go. How we take and just weld these are 1/2-inch nuts. Just go in and weld it fast to the stud, and take it out and unscrew it. The heat from welding it loosens up any rust. The aluminum is soft enough that it doesn't affect it anyway. And you just go in and weld the nut fast and unscrew it. So anyway, we got things all cleaned up. And this manifold here, I had another engine that I had bought, a good engine, as a spare. And so the old exhaust manifold, this is a heat shield on top of it. And the old exhaust manifold, it had rusted out and fell off. So we took the exhaust manifold off the other engine and cleaned it up, and we put it back on this one. So the exhaust, you put a bolt in each end loose, and the gasket just goes in just like that and drops right on top of the other bolt. So, which makes it very, very handy. So at this point, it's just a matter of putting the bolts in. And tightening them up and putting the exhaust cross member in. It's already in. We just got to put it back up and onto the exhaust manifold.